Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Government announces GHEDC polls to be held on April 10th, nominations from March 9th, counting on April 14th. Meghalaya government appoints 36 individual consultants. 59 firms across departments assess Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma. Meghalaya Cabinet approves expert panel report on job reservation policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron hold bilateral talks in Mumbai. And BNP Chief Tariq Rahman sworn in as Bangladesh's Prime Minister. First, the local news in detail. The state government has announced that elections to the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council will be held on April 10th, with the schedule approved by the state cabinet. Cabinet Minister Vladimir Shila said the notification for elections will be issued on March 9th. The last date for filing nominations is March 16th. Scrutiny will follow the same day, and withdrawal is allowed till March 17th. Final list and symbol allotment will be published on March 18th. Polling will be held from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on April 10th, with counting on April 14th. It may be noted that various political parties have already begun campaigning for the elections, with the National People's Party having announced candidates for most of the seats.
So it's like this: the date for calling the constituent to elect their representative under Rule 124(2), it's 9th of March 2026. Next is last date for filing of nomination is 16 March 2026 before 3 p.m. Date of scrutiny of nomination paper it is on the same day, that is 16 March 2026 after 3 p.m. Last date for withdrawal of the nomination paper will be on 17 March 2026 till 3 p.m. Date of finalization and publication of valid nomination and allotment of symbols will be on 18 March 2026, and date of poll will be on 10 of April 2026 from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and date of counting will be on 14 of April 2026. These are the schedule.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma informed the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly that the government has engaged 36 individual consultants and 59 consultancy firms. Replying to a query by Voice of the People Party MLA Livingstone Kharpran, he said that 4.35 crore is being spent annually on remuneration for individual consultants in 2024-2025. The Chief Minister clarified that consultancy firms are not paid salaries but are compensated through consultancy fees based on deliverables and contract terms.
Sir, as I mentioned in my reply, that the consultants are paid based on deliverables as per contract. So therefore, once they deliver something, for example, if the DPR has to be made within 2 weeks' time, that deliverable will have a certain amount that has to be paid to them. So therefore, sir, their basic assessment, I should say, is on their own, because if they don't perform and they don't deliver, then they don't get the kind of fees or the money that is being put in the contract. So everything is in the contract and they have to deliver as per a thing, and based on how they deliver, what quality they deliver, on the time they deliver, as per terms and conditions, they are paid. So in a way, so the contract only becomes a mechanism of ensuring that that the payments are made as per the deliverables.
The Cabinet has approved the report of the expert committee on the state job reservation policy, which will be tabled in the Assembly on Wednesday. The committee, headed by Justice M.C. Garg, reviewed the existing reservation structure, providing 40% each for Khasi Jaintia and Garo communities, 5% for other STs and SCs, and 15% for the unreserved category. Earlier, the Voice of the People Party had criticized the delay in making the report public. Meanwhile, the Cabinet also approved the formation of the Police Accountability Commission under the Meghalaya Police Act 2010 with Peter Ingti as chairman. Amendments to the Act and transfer of the reorganization cell to the Home Political Department were also cleared.
Estimate which this is because the police, according to the Meghalaya Police Act 2010, we need to have a accountability commission. So under this commission, we have appointed Shri Peter Ingti, IAS retired, as chairman of this committee, and Srimati V.R. Sen, retired IAS, which retired as secretary in the government of Meghalaya, as member of this committee.
President of Voice of the People's Party and Nongkrem MLA Ardent Miller Bisaimoit has questioned the official death toll in the recent coal mine disaster, alleging attempts to underplay the scale of the tragedy and demanding clarity on the number of miners present at the site. He also criticized limited space for opposition voices in the assembly, raised doubts over the credibility of the judicial probe and alleged a nexus behind continued illegal coal extraction, saying mere transfer of officials would be too lenient after the loss of many lives.
We want to know exactly how many miners are there, because those recovered bodies that the government have shown officially were not limited to the numbers that the government have given, right? We are trying to get the information from the local people, and we are trying to inquire, like normally how many miners are used to be to work in one coal mines. So we were told that normally 60 to 70%, that is minimum. So if two coal mines were blasted, were collapsed, so do you think as responsible leader or a public representative will be satisfied with the figures given by the government? We want to know whether the government has got the statistics or not from those people whom they have arrested, whether they have inquired how many miners are there on that that day where the unfortunate incident took place. How the government is conducting, how the house is conducting. So the people also, they understand that the opposition parties will not be given enough opportunity to raise issues concerning the people.
Public Health Engineering Minister Marquis N. Marak today informed that a detailed project report for a water supply scheme covering Mukhab, Maukayo and Mutirchia villages under Maukayo constituency will be prepared after required clearances. The project includes construction of a dam and a water treatment plant. Responding to a query from a UDP legislator from Maukayo, Nujorki Sungo, the minister said the scheme aims to resolve the constituency's recurring annual water crisis.
So, answer to star question 2. So, the DPR shall be prepared immediately on receipt of the land required for construction of various components of the project. It's 4 villages: Mukayu, Mutirchia A, Mutirchia B, Mukhab. So total number of population as per the census to 2011 is 9,058. So, and household is 1387. So the different components will be, construction of a dam for the intake point and water treatment plant. So.
President of Meghalaya Indigenous Women's Council B. Dakhar has expressed deep sorrow over the deadly coal mine blast in East Jaintia Hills, alleging policy failures and lack of alternative livelihoods after the coal mining ban imposed by the National Green Tribunal. She said thousands dependent on coal mining continue to face hardship and urged Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and the government to review restrictions, simplify scientific mining norms and create sustainable livelihood opportunities for affected communities.
Kani ka jingjia kadai ka ba sosi ka ba hado kata-kata ngimla bermudur namar hado lai puar tali kita ki jing im lani ki mense mengin shudo ai kalong ka ba kata shisa kata hado kata-kata da ka jing sngawi ka jongi kum ka seng Meghalaya Indigenous Women's Council MIWC kapan pa kani ka por ba ya kate ka jingjia hante kadai hi kadaw ba kasorkar kam suinyo yangi habalada kadai kasorkar ka basuinyo yangi habayo daw yung lakhang na do 8,000 khatsaw tementa hado usnem 8,000 arhonrio da kadno ka jingkta yangi kinong chong jang ka izeng tiairos ngimla syo ben batay ya kita kijing bangimat namar 70 to 80% kinong chong hidong kaneka district kidai kiba bala mensengi but ba menmit nakti haktin hoy kajing khang benti daw yung daga honorable NGT kadai ka ba kta bat ka ba pensyam jing yang ikum kinong chong jong kani ka July barok kowe.
The Meghalaya State Skills Development Society organized a recruitment drive at Nongpor today to create employment opportunities for district youth. Candidates underwent registration, counseling and multiple interviews to assess suitability for jobs and skill training. Skills Development Officer Saibok Kriam said that the objective of organizing such programs is to open avenues for job-seeking youth, enabling them to access better employment prospects and necessary support in securing jobs. He added that similar drives will be held at Umsning on February 21st and Bhoirumbong on February 24th, inviting more youth to participate and access career support.
Te kajing thu jong ka naka office jong ni net pone MSSDS Meghalaya State Skill Development Society an pelong community charge program pelong nam ta ki kena samla ki unemployed ba ini ki beri ba le kajing puli ki bawat kam jam bagi jarap ya ki ban pinyo kam jam te kawai kami objective through kolong bangi ban connect ki employers ma ki employers jungi kilong kimdei tong na po Meghalaya kita nu ki bana po India ba kumjuru ki international te mentang singing kalau kita recruitment ni apa te register ki kena ane ada kena register tu idan kawai ka counseling team members ma ini ki counseling team members par ki yarap ni ki counsel issue ki namwan kam ban ko kena ka kam ka bai hab nam ta joti ban dan nang tu par ki ki panelist ma interview ki screen kenya ki page karukom communication skills ki interviewing skills jom ki but lingba kani ka interview mentaka sini nisa dan biang sakoi ka final round interview but ki employers ki ba nabar India punjur ki bani ko India te kerpar kuni ki kena samla neki orang ba mana bagi buat kam macam hani apa time boy bagi nyawan yang mi syakane ka interview ya saya ni ka recruitment drive apa mentas ni pada dengan apa nompo menjuru la apa tarik apa listening block badla absau tarik apa barang block.
In connection with the suspected murder of 25-year-old Kerang Sokumi, who went missing from his residence on February 6th, his mother has appealed to authorities not to release the three accused, even as her son's body remains unrecovered till now. She said the family is still unable to perform his last rites and fears for their safety if the accused are freed. Meanwhile, the Darbar Shnong of Nongthamai led a massive protest rally condemning the killing, with hundreds of villagers demanding life imprisonment for the culprits and justice for the victim.
dengan skill sing skill fly kayaknya nama bi ngakwa ada ben yok tiap pada yok kan nuawa kwa cái ben yok tiap kon nang ben yok lại nhầm lại rukong thì hado kate jar jar yok en tiap ra tiap kan tiap no kan wan en tiap da en tiap dengan nang sut nang cái mai nang hôn cái hado benda chulang ngọ chulang anh chu jar jar hado kate pat em tiap chu cha ringat te kon te lai sa kate wa ni sa long bi sa long concert khang li thì tôi rạng lên ngalap pen nang ong di thì em tiap nọ cái này semua thì khi ong di áp đi check thì có thì lắp thì đây năm đây thì để chuối áp cái dòng ya picture.
Moving on to the regional stories. In Assam, Indian Railways has introduced new train services to strengthen rail connectivity in the northeast. The new Tinsukia-Tambaram Express was formally flagged off with an official stoppage inaugurated at Udalguri railway station. BTC Executive Member Ajay Kumar Hazarika flagged off the train from Udalguri in the presence of Assistant Commissioner Ananya Datta and other officials. The new stoppage is expected to benefit passengers and improve connectivity between Assam and southern India. Now a look at the national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the India AI Impact Expo 2026 is a powerful convergence of ideas, innovation and intent, showcasing the vast potential of Indian talent in shaping the future of artificial intelligence for global good. Inaugurating the expo at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, the Prime Minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to harness AI responsibly and inclusively, stressing that India's progress in AI will contribute to transformative solutions both nationally and globally. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron today held bilateral talks at Lok Bhavan in Mumbai. The two leaders discussed strategic cooperation between India and France across key sectors, including defense, security, trade and cultural exchange. Several MOUs are expected to be signed. President Macron paid tribute to the victims of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks at the historic Taj Mahal Palace Hotel during his visit to Mumbai, reaffirming solidarity with India in the fight against terrorism. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw today said artificial intelligence marks the fifth industrial revolution, addressing media on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. He noted the summit is driving solutions at population scale, energizing youth and promoting responsible AI use for economic and social growth. The minister said India expects over $200 billion in AI investment in the next 2 years, backed by strong digital public infrastructure. He added that global leaders, experts and policymakers are deliberating on responsible AI, while the government focuses on skilling, innovation and building India as a global hub for semiconductor design.
We can see the enthusiasm, it's palpable. We can see the interest of the global leaders, that's visible. We can see the investment opportunity that is today countable. It's going to be probably over the next 2 years, more than $200 billion worth investment is likely to come. We can see the commitment of VCs in our deep tech startups. That's clearly committed. We can see that interest in making AI accountable to the society, making sure that we can get the benefits of the new technology while we can contain the harms which might come from it. That consensus is also building up.
Now news around the world. BNP chief Tariq Rahman was sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Bangladesh today. The Bangladesh National Party secured a landslide victory in the 13th general elections recently. President Mohammad Shahabuddin administered the oath of office to 60-year-old Rahman at the South Plaza of the Jatiya Sansad instead of Baga Bhavan, in a departure from a long-standing tradition. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, along with several other foreign dignitaries, attended the swearing-in ceremony. Lastly, a look at sports. Cyclists of the Meghalaya Cycling Association made the state proud with a strong showing at the National Mountain Bike Cycling Championships held in Arunachal Pradesh from February 12th to 15th, 2026. Datis CH Marak clinched the gold medal to lead Meghalaya's tally. Fellow state cyclist Meban Aiboklang Suyam secured bronze, adding to the success. The riders were felicitated at Nehu, where MCA President Lening S. Barre praised their achievement. The association said mountain biking is gaining recognition, though funding and professional coaching remain limited.
Bronze medal. It's great to have the national championship in Northeast in this first time, and it's a privilege to have gotten the first position in so to say home ground. Oh no, this is not my first time. This is my second medal at national championship. I've won my second medal in 2024, and this is my this time I've achieved the first goal. Well, I have some plans and ambitions. Next, I aim for Asian Championship and many more private races.
So bangan mountain biking ngala sedang menya soktono badang red dimension la dan trasbet te ngala sedang men race competitive race hadu usnam aja khatar te kade ta BMX downhill ba dong apo bang pior mencho te ski nantu ngadang ban sedang suka MTB ajar khandai te na ajar kuwe ngadang le competitive races te ngala job bon kiris du ka international race ngala job ka bolong lasya job red bull lo te ngapoi second hapo Mizoram. Katali kan best part bikila maka government kini system bikila support ini kan yarap ni kira maka cenjar ba personally bingin sim ya kan ni bingin le kan mangidong kam kaja ka bahe te kala ka government yarap lungkung biki yarap kiwi ki support kan yarap bahe mangila ki atizini banwan ra ki medal first.
The much-anticipated city football tournament got underway with 8 teams each in the men's and women's categories, battling for top honours, including sides from across the city as well as Assam Rifles and Shillong Police. The tournament was inaugurated by Jai Singh Bensla in the presence of senior army officials, students and invited guests. In the opening match, the Assam Rifles football team delivered a dominant performance, defeating Light Corps SC 5-0 to make a strong start to the campaign. The competition will conclude on February 27th, with winners in both categories set to receive rupees 3 lakh each, while runners-up will get rupees 2 lakh. In a landmark moment for Indian winter sports, Arif Khan delivered his finest Olympic performance, finishing 39th in the men's slalom at the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympic Games, the highest ever finish by an Indian in the event. Cheered on by PT Usha, President of the Indian Olympic Association, and Chef de Mission Amitabh Sharma, the achievement marked a proud and historic moment for the nation on the Olympic slopes. A look at the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature stands at 16 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 28 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 35%. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature stands at 10 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 28%. Lastly, in Jowai, the minimum temperature stands at 10 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 29%. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says clear weather most likely to occur. Before we conclude, a recap of the headlines. Government announces GHADC polls to be held on April 10th, nominations from March 9th, counting on April 14th. Meghalaya government appoints 36 individual consultants, 59 firms across departments, says Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma. Meghalaya Cabinet approves expert panel report on job reservation policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron hold bilateral talks in Mumbai. And BNP Chief Tariq Rahman sworn in as Bangladesh Prime Minister. With that, dear viewers, we come to the end of the news bulletin. For more updates, join us tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, goodbye.